Now, I don't really like comparing the Rebel to the Raptor, but it oftentimes does get compared to it. I love the Raptor. I think it's one of the best looking trucks out right now. One of my favorite things about the Raptor really is you could just see all like the suspension. So I had an idea to kind of cut out this liner here a little bit so we can better see the Fox shocks back there. Because I mean, it's just kind of tucked away in there right now. You can't really see it, so maybe cutting out that little square, kind of see, kind of flex a little bit, look kind of cool. So just come look at it over on this side. Just kind of taped it up a little bit. Where I'm gonna cut, try and get the best possible angle so we can see that shock back there without actually cutting up the entire liner. So yep, just gonna use a cut off wheel and get to it and see how it turns out. Yeah, this will do the trick. Alrighty, so there you can kind of see what I was talking about. Just making a little groove right there, so you can kind of see the the shocks. Just need to kind of smoothen this out now. I'm not going to use a cutoff wheel to do it. I'll probably just use, I have like a drywall knife or Stanley knife. Just use this and make those jagged edges a little bit more straight, and then do the other side, and that should be it. Yeah, boy, there it is. Hell yeah, definitely looks cool. Easy, cheap little free mod. Not even cheap, it's free. Just cut that little line right there and you can kind of display your shock. I guess really you could do this with your stock truck. You don't need to have it lifted. You don't need Fox shocks. You're gonna have the shocks there regardless. So I mean, if you wanted to make that cut right there, and then you could even powder coat or paint or wrap the stock ones, it'd be kind of cool if you painted them yellow or something like that to match, that little end link right there. That'd be kind of cool. So cheap idea is to mod your truck, make it look cool, kind of get that Raptor-esque kind of look, kind of trophy truck. Yeah, whatever you're going for. I think it looks cool. Sweet. So something I probably should have touched on in my previous video was the Fox shocks upgrade. So if you're looking at purchasing the BDS lift kit, there'll be, it's basically the only option you can choose is, or not an option, but an upgrade you can get is if you want to run the Fox shocks upgrade, or you could get the standard BDS shocks. So what I didn't realize when I was ordering my kit from the vendor I chose, it was a lift kit for less. They don't use the BDS supplied Fox shocks. See, BDS developed with Fox the shocks that they used specifically designed for the Rebel and the BDS kit. So I guess what lift kits for less did is they supplied an Adventure Series shock instead of the BDS shock. I didn't know this going into it, so I guess that would be why they can give, a better price opposed to BDS. I think BDS, it was a $250 upgrade to get the Fox shocks, and Lift Kits for Less offered it for the same price with these shocks as it would be for the BDS lift kit with the BDS shocks on their website. I can't really comment on if the truck drives any better with the other shocks. All I can comment is on this one, and I don't have any complaints. It's worked perfectly fine, it feels perfectly fine, it drives smooth, it's not too, not too stiff, a little bit more stiff than stock, but I have zero complaints. So both of these shocks are still the 2.0 series shocks. These are just the Adventure series, which are a cheaper shock, and the ones that you would get from BDS are the BDS developed shocks. I don't really know the technical differences between the two, but a good dead giveaway that I've noticed anyway is visually. See, like right here, it says Adventure series, obviously. On the BDS one, it'll actually have the BDS logo with their little skull and crossbones on there. So I guess that's a good visual way of determining what you're gonna get if you're looking for a kit to purchase, either secondhand or you're just, searching on the forums or anything like that. That's a good way of determining what shocks you're gonna be getting. Something I'd like to do in the future is upgrade to the 2.5 series shocks with the reservoir. I had those on my Jeep Rubicon, and I think more so than anything, it'd just be really cool to run the reservoir and have it sitting up here and then feeding back down. So it's not like I do any serious hardcore off-roading that would warrant that, but just the cool and visual factor of it would be pretty sweet. So there you have it, guys. Something to look out for when choosing your lift kit and picking which shocks you want to get, and also a cheap little mod to kind of sprucing up that back. So hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. I guess the only downside is it's another part I'm gonna have to keep clean. Damn it.